Hey peoples, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know it's probably been like a while since I've been on here. It's because I just been on TikTok, like posting videos on TikTok. And you should definitely go watch it if you're not from TikTok. But I have some things on the docket today that I want to talk about. It's two topics actually. One is about Riley Gaines and the unfairness that women are going through right now in sports, which I find so ridiculous, and I can't believe that we're even talking about this. It's insane to me. I have a lot to talk about, but I'm not going to spill the beans yet. I also want to react to James O'Keefe going after Dylan Mulvaney interviewing it. And no, I don't call Dylan Mulvaney a he anymore. I call it a it because it is a it. I don't know what to describe what it is, but it just, for me, it's an it, okay? Because I just can't stand it, and I think that it needs to go away. But we're going to talk about it today, and it's probably going to be the last time I talk about it because I have a lot to say about it, okay? Anyways, let's get started. All right, you guys, so the first thing I really want to get into is the Riley Gaines situation and how she's like basically coming out and speaking against women being dominated by trans women in sports, which I found to be brave and so courageous of her to do so, because it's really sad to see, and especially because she's experienced firsthand how hard it was to try to defeat Leah Thomas. But even though they was tied, and they gave Leah Thomas him the fucking trophy over her for pictures, what I've heard her say in one of the videos.
Top 8, almost impossibly enough, we tied. So I go behind the podium and the official looks at me and Leah. He says, we don't really account for ties. So Leah takes the trophy. And I said, okay, well, why are you giving this trophy to Leah? And he kind of stumbled, but he said, well, Leah has to take the trophy home because Leah has to have it for pictures. And so that's truthfully when I was done waiting for someone else to stick up for us, because I thought someone who was supposed to be protecting us would protect us.
Which makes me so fucking angry. It's like, since why are we going through this? Like, I understand that trans women want to feel included in women's spaces because they, for the most part, a lot of them look like women. But to try to not realize how more, if you are a biological male, getting yourself into women's spaces and you have all your boy parts and stuff like that, you need to know that, like, you need to stay in your own lane. You know what I mean? And I honestly feel like what's going on with these women in sports, because they are getting dominated, there needs to be some regulations going on, because this is insane. You know, like, I feel so bad for women, honestly, and it's really sad that women like Megan Rapinoe, I can't stand these little delusional bulldagging dyke ass women. Like, I cannot stand them. They are literally so annoying. Like, Megan Rapinoe, like, she's for trans women getting into women's sports, right? But isn't she the same person to be like, women don't get equal pay, but you want a man to be in women's sports to defeat women? But you over here complain about the patriarchy. This is stuff that I don't understand, and I'm going to read something about what Riley Gaines said about Megan Rapinoe, because I found it to be so interesting, and I really wanted to read it with y'all. Former University of Kentucky swimmer Riley Gaines has hit it out at Megan Rapinoe and Billie Jean King after the two women supported the participation of trans women in women's sports. Gaines competed against transgender woman Leah Thomas, who came out victorious from NCAA swimming tournament in 2022. The feminists who would say something like Megan Rapinoe and Billie Jean King, who was a trailblazer for the Title IX and for women to have the opportunity to play at that level. I can tell you what they're saying, Gaines told the At Me show. They're both actively now fighting for women to lose those opportunities, and exactly as you just mentioned, it doesn't make sense. The double standard, the hypocrisy of it all. Rapinoe spent years whining about not having equal pay and fighting to get that. And now actively doing the opposite and hoping women lose out on chances and don't get to dream in the same way that she did, Gates continued. All 40 of these female athletes who signed on this petition fighting for male inclusion into women's sports, none of them would have had the opportunity to achieve what they achieved to be in the same place that they are without the women's sporting category, without Title IX, okay? I completely agree. If it wasn't for Title IX, none of these women that are now probably at the end of their careers of being like a swimmer are competing in these sports, like, you know, that is advocating for trans women to be in the same spaces as them. they're at the end of their fucking reign, bitch. But what about these younger women that did not have the opportunities, that is not having the opportunities right now to be able to compete fairly with biological women, now getting dominated by these trans women, to see these fucking bulldagging ass, disgusting, libtarded, like, you know, people like Megan Rapinoe to advocate for trans women to be in the same sports, it is literally ripping their opportunities to have a fair game and to have a fair competition. It truly is. It's not fair that these women, they put their blood, sweat, and tears, and they're fucking, like, they put their bodies on the line to basically go out here and compete, and only to get dominated by these men. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Trans swimmer Leah Thomas, who is a biological man, had an unfair advantage at the women's 500-yard freestyle championship, the collegiate one in March. That's according to sports physiologist Dr. Ross Tucker. Tucker claims that Leah Thomas is the manifestation of the scientific evidence. The reduction in testosterone did not remove her biological advantage.
I just find this so, and it's like, it's a brownie point bullshit, okay? That's what it is. And the fact that Riley Gaines is getting attacked, simply attacked left and right, okay, by many women, and also in like these colleges and stuff like that.
I welcome protesters. I welcome people with different perspectives. That's why I choose to go somewhere like San Francisco. I know a lot of them won't agree with me, but that's who I want to get in front of to see from my perspective. Almost as soon as it finished, people from outside the classroom rushed in. They flickered the lights. They turned the lights off. They stormed the podium, and they were pushing and shoving and hitting. And so in this moment, I feared for my life. I mean, it's so chilling to know what these people want to do to you and what they're willing to do to you.
I think it's so insane, like, for a woman to come out and talk about how, like, you know, there is a biological advantage that a man has over a fucking woman. And people will call her transphobic for that. See, this is the thing. And I see why, like, the LGBT is, like, trying to separate themselves from the trans bullshit. Is because it makes us all look bad. Of course, everyone's going to lump us all together because we proclaim to be the LGBT community. And to see things like this, I if I was a straight person and I didn't, like, understand all of this stuff, I would hate everyone. I would hate everyone in the LGBT group because they would probably think that we all support that when we don't. Like, you know, and that's why it's good for people like me, people like Blair White, you know, all these different people to come out and speak against this, because it's so disgusting that women right now are being so dominated in these sports and not getting their fair chance to have the opportunities, and to actually, they have to actually work to get to you know, to be number one. And the fact in 2022, she had to give her trophy up to Leah Thomas only for some fucking pictures. So everything can be all nice and woken. Like, you know, we love the trannies. We love the trannies, right? That's all it's about. And, you know, this is why everything is turning backwards on the trans community, and that's why everything's going to shit, because they take it too goddamn far. And, you know, I really wish the best for Riley Gaines. I support her wholeheartedly. If I can, I'm going to donate to her. I support her wholeheartedly, bitch, because you bitches have really ruined it for these women. And I feel so bad for these women that have to put their sweat, they put their bodies on the line to fucking swim their asses off to get to the number one spot, bitch. And men is coming out here and taking away from them. It's not fair. And Megan Rapinoe, you bulldagging ass bitch. You should be ashamed. And any of those 40 women that is trying to be woke and trying to get brownie points from the LGBT community, because everyone thinks that like trans people's rights are getting taken away when you're literally bitch, you're literally competing against women. They're allowing you to compete against women, and you're trying to complain that your rights getting taken away, and you know you have the advantage over them. Like, get the fuck out of my face. See, this is an issue. That's the issue. You're too fucking privileged. You're too privileged. You're too spoiled. You're narcissistic, and you motherfuckers need to be taking several seats, okay? And see, not only that, she also talked about how, like, you know, Leah Thomas would like be in the locker room and like, you know, fully nude with no like with their piece out. And see, that's the thing too. I truly think these men that turn into trans women that like women, I think that they are pervs. I honestly do. I think they're pervs. I think that there is something deeply wrong with them. I think when it comes to gay men that like, you know, turn into women that likes men, I think it's totally different. I truly do. And I think that whoever allowed this to happen needs to be held accountable. Truly. Like, there's something about the NCAA that something needs to be done. I don't know what it is, but like something needs to be done. I really hope that something does changes, and I will try my best in my own power. Like, I'm not the kind of person to go protest and stuff like that. I'm the kind of person to email the motherfuckers, okay? That's how I am. I email the motherfuckers, get shit done about like that. That's how I do my things. I don't like groups. I don't like protests. Y'all all cringe me out when you go out there and protest. You look stupid. So I'm just gonna stay in my own like little space and try to email those motherfuckers and tell them how wrong they are. Like I did before in many other cases. I don't have to prove anything that I do to help society, okay? Fuck off. Anyways, that's my thoughts about this. Let me know what you think about this. Like, what can we do, like, you know, to further try to stop this, and to like, you know, if there's any other like sports leagues that's like, you know, allowing trans women to be in these sports with these women. What can we do? Because I want to be able to help. And I'm not going to protest. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. That's not how I roll. I hate protests. People get violent. I'm violent. I can't do it. But anyways, that's my thing on that. God, I pray for those women. Y'all don't understand. I do. I pray for those women. I wish them the best. I hope that, you know, something changes. That's all I feel, you know, in my heart. And these people that are doing this to these women, they are going to go to hell. That's how I feel. They're going to go to hell. Something's wrong with these people. Anyways, I'm done with that. All right, you guys. So now I'm going to react to the James O'Keefe interview with, well, it wasn't really an interview. It was almost like an ambush, bitch. Going after Dylan Mulvaney and asking him some questions. I didn't get to watch all of this. I wanted to watch some of it so I could be able to come on here and react with you guys because I think it's so funny. I watched a little bit of it. I didn't watch all of it, okay? Because, like, of course, I'm going to come on here and watch it with y'all. Duh. Anyways, let's get started with this so we can see what's the tea.
I'm James O'Keefe with OMG News outside the Four Seasons Hotel in Beverly Hills. Dylan Mulvaney is inside the women's restroom right now, so I'm going to ask him for comment about our story regarding women being raped in prison by men claiming to be transgender. Here we go. Dylan, this is James O'Keefe, OMG. Women are being raped in a prison in Washington State by men claiming to be transgender. Ooh. There's footage of them talking about the rape. Do you have a comment on the story here?
Look at those faggot trying to escort Dylan.
The men claiming to be transgender. James O'Keefe, OMG News. What do you think about the women who are being raped by the men who are transgender? Do you have a comment about that? Please don't come in the elevator.
Ooh.
What do you think about? What is your comment to the women who are being raped by men claiming to be transgender, Dylan? So we're here with Dylan.
But you don't got nothing to say about that?
We haven't had much Bud Light recently, but we're very interested in the women's prison.
Oh,
Dylan. Okay. She did go into the she went into the women's restroom.
What the hell are you doing? This is a women's bathroom.
trying to show them the footage. No comment here.
That's another thing
The
that's so
Four Seasons
disgusting. These
Hotel
men
in
going to women's
Beverly
prisons.
Hills. All right.
Crazy.
I wonder where she's going. He's going.
He doesn't know what to call it. Look at James. I can't.
Do you guys have any, like, O'Keefe beer?
Not O'Keefe beer.
No O'Keefe beer? Do you guys have O'Keefe beer? You don't carry O'Keefe beer?
I'm
You
dead.
want to do the shipment
I can't. One thing about it, I'm so happy to see James O'Keefe have his own, like, media. Like, it's so good. I mean, you know, I've seen a lot of different comments about, you know, people thought that this was just, like, you know, not tasteless at all. They was saying, like, you know, this is basically harassment. This is not going to get anyone to, like, you know, be on our side. Now, watching that video, like, I can understand, like, looking at a leftist or a moderate person that probably, like, you know, is probably, you know, sick of the left, but, like, trying to see the right's point of view and seeing videos like that. Yes, it probably may make them feel some type of way, but bitch, I'm sorry. Like, I'm coming to the point now where, like, I just don't give a fuck. Like, Dylan honestly needs to be, like, a look, like, they need to be put in their fucking place, okay? It needs to be put in its fucking place. Because it has done so much damage to, like, the trans community and to the community as a whole. Like, I'm seeing, like, more and more radical conservatives come out and, like, even come after, like, Blair White. Like, I can't believe that I'm seeing conservatives come after trans people like Blair White or like Kelly Cadigan that is against the mutilation of children and try to compare them to Dylan. Like, Dylan is mocking women. Dylan is an actor, okay? Dylan is not the same as Blair White and fucking Kelly Cadigan or any other trans person out there, okay? I'm just letting you know right now. Yes, the bitch may be dolled up and stuff like that, but I truly think that there is a motive to like, I think it's for personal gain. I truly do. I think it's for personal gain. I think it's for show. I mean, if you even look at Dylan's body, it seems like it's not even on hormones. It seems like that it's not even, you know, developing any type of boob or anything like that. Like, I've been friends with, like, you know, trans women and stuff like that. And when they're on estrogen, like, they gain a lot of weight. They gain some boob. They have a rounder face. They, like, you know, like, things change. And looking at Dylan, it seems like it's not even changing at all. And I really think that it's putting a disservice to, like, you know, real trans women like Kelly Cadigan or, like, you know, Blair White to try to compare them. And just because you don't like trans women and you don't like Dylan doesn't mean that everyone is thinking like Dylan. I think it's very shameful that these people are not, you know, not focusing on their target, and they're trying to come for people like us, like me, or like people who are on the right that, you know, is logical. You know what I mean? But anyways, when watching this video, I think it's so funny. I honestly found it so hilarious. I was watching with, like, I watched, like, a little bit of it by sending it to my friend. And he was talking to me about it. And, you know, I'm happy that he is out here, you know, going to Dylan and actually, actually asking Dylan the hard questions. I really wish that they would have had Dylan to, you know, get at least one question. But it seemed like the little twink in the elevator wanted to, like, protect Dylan, which is so annoying. Like, I'm just so sick of people. I have something to say, though. Like, it was something on my brain that I just slipped. Okay, there is a person named Christina Buttons who worked for the Daily Wire, right? I think she's based, but sometimes I think that she can be a little sensitive. You know, I think that she is very sensitive because she actually really cares about trans people. And she feels like that, like, you know, people at the Daily Wire, such as Matt Walsh, which in the past, I was trying to become, like, kind of defending Blair, like, not Blair, Dylan for a little bit, because I felt like they were being very, very harsh. But seeing what Dylan has done, I understand it, and honestly, I take it back. Like, I take it back. Yes, bitch, I take it back. I can change my mind too, just like everyone else. But even Christina Button, she was like, being very whiny on Twitter and talking about like how like oh, I see why Project Veritas have like stopped allowing James O'Keefe to be with Project Veritas. Because you see, like, there's a recent video where they're going to go to the actual doctors and try to expose how young do these trans kids are, getting hormones and getting gender affirming care.
We do have patients who are starting as young as 8, 9.
And it's as young as 8 years old. And I think that I do understand their point of view on it, but Dylan is very, very popular right now, and I understand why people are doing it. Even though I'm sick of talking about Dylan, I'm probably not going to talk about Dylan a long time after this, but I just really wanted to watch a video with y'all because I thought it was funny. I'm happy to see Dylan get like fucking bum rush. But I don't know. I see both sides, but I also feel like the conservatives are being very fickle right now. On the extreme, they're trying to like come for trans women that are like on their side, and then on the other end, like there's moderates and like conservatives saying like, oh, this is just too much. Like this is not going to bring anyone to the left. I'm like, dude, at this point, it's just fair game, bitch. It's fair game, and whatever happens, happens. And I think that it was a good video. I'm happy to see James O'Keefe come up to Dylan and actually ask those fucking questions. But next time, I would like for him to do the same thing like Project Veritas is doing, and to actually go to these fucking prisons and ask them, why are you allowing them to have trans women in women's spaces, or like judges or whatever. I think that would be very important next to do. You get what I mean? Like, tell me down below if you think that would be more sufficient than just asking Dylan Mulvaney. I think that would be more sufficient. So I see Christina Button's side, but also like, bitch, this is entertainment. I needed this to happen. Anyways, okay, you guys, I think I'm done with today's video. I appreciate you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys liked it. It's been a while since I've been on YouTube, and I feel kind of awkward, but like, I'm here, and that's all that matters. I love you guys. I'm probably gonna do another video this week for you guys, so y'all stay tuned. I may react to like some woke TikToks or some shit like that, because I haven't done that in a while, and people love when I do those. So, okay. Anyways, bye.